Hello everybody and welcome to Sunday Open Studio. I'm here in my backyard with Frances Gobbi, a local artist who is joining us today to tell us a little bit about her KidzArt Days in the Community project. Frances, I'm going to let you take it over from here. Can you tell us a little bit about what the project is, what inspired it, that sort of thing, and I'll invite you to step closer and I'll step away.
So thanks, Anna Maria, and thank you for welcoming me to your lovely yard back here. I am really impressed by your nasturtiums. So the project actually started many years ago when my children were young. They're now teenagers, and I was finding it really difficult to be at home watching these kids and find things partly for myself to do, and partly the stuff they were doing looked like so much fun I wanted to join in. So I'm a huge fan of Playmobil, which is much like Lego. People often confuse them, the little plastic figurines. And my children would set up these amazing scenes, and before they went to bed at night, I would take photos of them so that they would clean up. Anyhow, we ended up camping with our little figurines and vacationing with them, and I started setting up scenes and taking photographs of my scenes and having so much fun with it. It was also a bit of a dark time for me when my kids were little. I felt very lonely, and I discovered that taking photos of these little people was actually kind of fun, and I decided to put forward the proposal to partner with KidzArt Days in the community because I thought that the current situation with the pandemic kind of likens that feeling of isolation I had being at home with young children, that many of us are now feeling kind of lonely, isolated, because of the distancing, because our routines have been thrown out of whack. And I felt like it's kind of fun to go off, find the kid in yourself again. If you can't vacation with your friends, maybe you can bring little minions along with you, take photos of them, and I would really like to see the community just joining in and discovering their creative side and just trying something that at first I felt quite silly doing, and now I'm actually quite proud to have people ask me, what are you doing, when I'm laying down on the ground on the side of a busy tourist trail or something. So yeah, that's about it. But please check out my website, francesgobbi.com, and also check out my Instagram feed. It's Frances Gobbi, and the hashtag is hashtag @PlayCloseToHome, and post your adventures close to home. It does not have to be Playmobil. It can be any kind of little plastic action figure that you might choose that sparks joy in you. Take it out on your adventures around town. I'd love to see what you do.
That sounds awesome, Frances. Can we go someplace and try that out now ourselves?
That would be awesome. Let's head off, Anna Maria.
Okay, let's go.
Bye-bye. So Anna Maria, as we're rocking right now, I see this gentle slope up towards the trees, and that's a spot I might often like to choose because in order to make the little figurine look as realistic as possible, I need to get my camera right down to eye level with that figurine. You'll often find me laying on the ground doing all kinds of crazy things, but here I can lay on the ground much more comfortably because the slope will allow me to put my figurine on the top of the hill and take a photo into the distance. We'll see if my 40mm lens that I brought with me today allows me to capture the trees and my figurine.
All right. Frances spent a bit of time at the top of the rise in the school grounds arranging her figurines, moving grasses out of the way, and getting them in just the right position for her photo. She then got her camera, and
the first thing you'll see is that I actually have a fishing tackle box that before I go on vacation I'll often pick out figurines that are appropriate for whatever location I'm going to be at. This is just a bit of a mishmash of things. I've been actually really interested in recording, taking photos of animals and pets lately. So I've got all my dogs and cats and even a turtle in there.
to take the photos, Frances gets down on the ground as close as she can to the figurines. She takes photos in different ways, both horizontally and vertically.
So one trick for focus, I don't know how many people know this, but typically with most cameras, if you hold your finger down halfway, it focuses, and then you can actually move the frame around to focus on my little people, and then lift the camera up so that I also include the trees in the background, but the focus is on my figurines. So I push, focus, and then lift my camera up to include the part of the composition that I want included. All right, Anna Maria, let's head over to that playground, see what fun the kids can get into. So as we approach this playground, the one thing I see right here is a picnic table. And for anybody who has limited mobility or maybe just doesn't want to lay down on the ground, a raised flat surface like a picnic table, a bench, or even sometimes the top of a fence is ideal because it allows me to position my figures and then just move my camera down. I even get to sit down on the job this time. Position my figures. Oh, poor girl, she's got her hat covering her face. I'll give her a little dog. And just imagine she's eager to go play on that playground.
For this final picture, Frances is seated at the picnic table, again with her camera as close as she can to the figurine while keeping it still in focus.
Try out taking photos of your figurine both from the back and from the front. I often find if I take a picture of them looking away from me, it's easier for me to imagine that that is me in the picture. So I hope you all have fun, get out, enjoy Prince George, and see some of the local scenes we've got to offer. Thanks so much for inviting me, Anna Maria.
Thanks for coming.